really is a team effort. So I tend to find myself more of a math-minded person. That's very easy, especially when you talk about data, for me to analyze. Like, this is what the students need to know, this is how I can break down the skill, this is how I can teach that. There are a few teachers on my team that are fantastic at literacy. And so when we meet at our grade level, a lot of times I'm asking, hey, what's your strategy? How should I do this best? What are your ideas? I consider myself a veteran teacher, but there's a few members on my team that have been teaching longer than me. There's a few new teachers that have some really great, fantastic ideas. And so when we meet, we talk about, hey, this is where we want students to get. This is what we want them to learn. How do we get there? And so really relying on everybody's expertise and really just making that child feel supported. They may not be successful at a math lesson because they had a bad day. You know, they may be upset and not feel confident in themselves. And so I think we hear relationships, 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 but what does that mean? Really just sitting and talking to a student, well, what do you feel good about this? What don't you feel good? How can I help you with that? Constantly update and look at where students are and what they need. There's lots of flexible groupings in here. We have a fluency group, and it's really nice to put students in and out of that group as I see fit. There's also lots of times with support groups, we have OG going on, and it's nice that those groups are kind of fluid, and when we meet as a grade level, we say, hey, this student needs this, let's try them here. Or this student might work better in this position. And so it really is a team effort. So you're right, there are lots of anchor charts around the room to just kind of cue children's memory and mind as we're going through lessons. Oftentimes I will refer to them during a lesson and say, hey, for example, in our lesson today, we're working on presentations, and in a previous lesson, we talked about what does a good presentation look, what does it look like, what's effective? And so we kind of took some bullet points, and children will refer to that while they're going through and practicing a presentation today. You'll also just see lots of growth mindset. I think that's very important. Children, I don't like them to say, I can't. We practice I can't yet, or I don't understand this yet. So there's lots of growth mindset cues, things like that I have found over the years that students need to be successful.